For a quick reference, this will be the house layout that we'll be attempting today. So Hey guys, let's just jump right into building this house layout. So I know I started with platforms and that's perfectly fine. I wanted to start with platforms so it would be easier for me to work my structure around the platforms. You could build the structure first and then add the platforms later. That's fine as well. But I chose to do it this way. It was a little bit easier for me this way. I don't know why, but it was a little bit. So right now I'm just readjusting the platforms to the build. And this was something that I had to constantly do throughout the build so that I could have not an exact measurement of all the rooms, but just an estimate or a guesstimate. So right now I'm just adding staircases because I wanted a back entrance, and in the image that I'll show you later on, there is also a front entrance. So I'm adding the mailboxes, the flowers, the flooring, the lighting, and so on. So we found the exact tiles that we needed for both the kitchen and the bathroom, which was great. Love that. And also for the flooring, so that was great as well. And something that I usually do, I always add flooring to the ceilings. Well, not, you know what I mean. Ceiling to the ceiling, flooring to the floor. Yeah, so that's something that I usually do as well, so that there's no empty spaces anywhere that has nothing decorative. Now for roofing. Roofing is not something I take very seriously. As long as I have a roof, I have a roof. And I'm okay with that. The color that you saw before, that was the color I was going to work with, but for some reason, I always get carried away when I start decorating and adding things, and it makes the build look too chaotic. So lately, I'm trying to tone it down a bit. But again, I'm trying to follow the image that I'm looking at, and I want to make sure that I at least have most of the things that are in the image. So yeah. As we're going through the video, you will get a sneak peek or a glimpse of how each room turned out, but please stick around for the end of the video to see exactly how everything turned out, both inside and outside, because I did go ahead and I roamed around each room and I showed you exactly how this part turned out and how that part turned out. So please stick around to see how that the end results, I guess. In some areas, when you're looking for furniture or, you know, a specific design, sometimes you might be lucky and you come across exactly what you need. But if you don't, then that's also fine. Just find something similar, or open up your creative box and try to find something that you like and just add it there. Eventually, those picture frames that I added, I hated it. So I did change that. I changed a couple things. In the image, you can't really see what's on that side of the room, but I did notice that they had some kind of dresser or some wooden something, so I added some wooden something there. Same thing here for the bedroom. You might add the windows the way it is in the image, but then you look outside and it's like, something's off there. So sometimes you have to just readjust, adjust, readjust, and do it again, all over again and again until it comes out either similar or good enough. But honestly, try not to stress about it. Everything will work itself out exactly the way it's supposed to be. The bathroom was pretty simple, so we can skip ahead of that, but I had to find a rug and another rug. Trying to recreate some kind of pattern on the rug. I mean, I was okay with it. This is something I also wanted to show you, is that I could make the room small just like it was in the image and make it exactly as it was in the image, but then I'd have to readjust the roof, readjust the platform, readjust, and I didn't want to do all of that, so I just left it. And plus, more space is good for me. Yeah, so this is what I did with those other rugs. I just got a couple of them and added a few of them on the bigger rug. So with this room, I'd say let your imagination go wild with those empty spaces. You could add a closet, you could add another bathroom, you could add another room. You could just make it super creative. In the image, there was a rock on the edge of the, right there. And I didn't really like it. I was going to place it in the grass, but I left it because that's what the image called for. I also added some light switches. Anything you see uneven, it's fine. We fixed it. Any clipping, we fixed it. Yeah, but I added light switches. Again, these aren't practical. It's not like your sim uses them in the game, but I just added them. I usually add them to my build. Lavender plants, I loved seeing them at the front of the build, but it just looks so empty in between. I added chairs and it still looked a little empty. But we've kind of fixed it. I had to remove them. Like right there, you see the clipping with those flowers outside. We fixed it. So yeah, it's okay. Now outside, I tend to go overboard. I always add lights in the pool. I changed the chairs. I changed everything because in the image there were no chairs on the porches on the veranda area. There was nothing for the outside. So you can let your imagination go wild. I added a couple activities like the football, the flowering thingy, the garden thingy, flower thingy. I don't know. Flower arrangement. Yes, that's what I was trying to remember. Uh, Bicycles, just some couple activities. So, Sims could do woodworking, they could do chess. And if I eventually added a different kind of sim, then I would just remove the things that I wouldn't use for that sim. So I added the painting thing. Maybe I have a creative sim. Maybe I don't. I remove it. It's fine. Let's take a look around. So I did go ahead and I added the grandfather clock and a couple other things. I'll also give you a few aerial views so you could see the rooms from above. I added extra windows. I added picture frames. I added that raincoat. I fixed the light switches eventually. So there are a lot of things that I added that weren't in the image, but it's perfectly fine. We can readjust and adjust as needed. Like that painting that was on the wall by the kitchen, it just looked so crowded to me, so I eventually removed it. In the kitchen here, there wasn't a refrigerator in the image, but I did add it because it's a necessity for the Sims. Dishwashers are also a necessity for me because I'm sick of seeing dirty dishes all over the place. But the dishwashers definitely help. I could just, swipe and put them there. In the bedroom, I did go ahead, I added the mirror. I fixed that window so outside it didn't look, as bad and glitchy as it did previously. And inside definitely looks similar. It's just bigger. It's a bigger room. I could even split it, make it a closet, do whatever. In the bathroom, I did kind of the same thing. I added a whole bunch of extra stuff because there was only 4 items in, 5. The plant, the toilet paper, the shower, the sink, and the toilet. Yeah, those were the only things in the beginning. So I did add a couple extra things, but I'll change them. Here in this bedroom, I switched around the bed. I added end tables. I added something on the wall. All the excess space that you have, you could pretty much open your imagination and do whatever you want with it. So I'll give you another aerial view of the entire house and each room. And you'll see that everything looks similar enough. Just blank out all the extra stuff we added. I don't know why I always do that, but it's fine. And you could go ahead and edit this build and fix it any way you like. So you could drop a comment and let me know how yours turns out. And I'll check it out on the gallery as well. So if you want to find this build, you could find it under house. I can't find any names for my builds. Find it under house on the gallery, or you could find it under my EA ID, Stress Robot. So thanks a lot again for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Bye!